Okay. So messaging has always been my preferred way of signing distributors for the most part. But I know like it's such a controversial topic in network marketing industry because there's so many people who if they do cold message, they send these long spammy copy and paste messages that people are like, okay, I know you just sent that to like a million other people, or it's just not personal, or it doesn't sound like you, and it just looks really crappy. Like nobody wants to even reply to a message like that. And I feel like so cold messaging has gotten a really bad rap in the past few years because of messages like that. But it's not, there is a, I guess you could say, a proper way to cold message. Like I said, there's some people who are like completely against it, but I'm constantly signing loyal customers, and everybody who's a mass enroller is doing this. So something about it is working. So, so basically, now I do not, on Facebook, I do not cold message at all. Facebook, cold messaging, that's a no-no. I mean, I guess some people do, maybe, I don't know. For me, like, Facebook is a place where that's like more close friends and people that I build like deeper relationships with versus like Facebook, that's friends. You know, you don't have followers. You have, well, I guess you can have followers, but you have friends on Facebook. Instagram, you have followers. This is random people from all over the world who's following your page just because they think your stuff looks cool. Facebook, you have friends, you know, so I wouldn't just like send one of my friends some like random message, you know what I mean? But on Facebook, how I do reach out to people on there, I will send them like host to post messages, which we'll go over that on a different Zoom. But so this is kind of what, so on Instagram, I message people out of the blue. I could have never talked to them before, whatever. I used to send, like, looking back at it, some of my messages did used to be so spammy, like when I very first started, and you can see like how they've evolved over time, like, which is different ideas and stuff and messages I've gotten. The one I use now, it's just super, super simple. And it's crazy that like the simpler the message you have, the more responses you're going to get, because people don't want to read a whole book and they don't want to read something that doesn't sound like you. And I used to be one of the people who would put like, oh my God, you're so pretty. And it was funny because I'd have so many people who would like comment back like, oh, I'm not pretty, or did you even look at my profile, or whatever. So what I just say now, I keep it super simple. I always put their name in the message just because I feel like it's super important that I'm addressing them as a person. It takes like an extra 2 seconds to add their name in, if even that. And then I just put like, hey, I hope I'm not bothering you. I was wondering if I could tell you about my products. I know you would really love them and you would get my discount for trying, or you would get my discount. Would you be interested in more information? That's it. That's all I send. That is so simple. I didn't tell them what my products were. I didn't make them have a commitment or anything like that. Like, I know some people are like, okay, are you interested? No, I asked if they were interested in more information, which that really makes a big difference, because people be like, oh yeah, sure, like send me the info. And then I also, like, I don't know, I feel like when I say, hey, I hope I'm not bothering you, I always will get back, oh, you're not bothering me, it's okay. You know, it just like, I don't know. I feel like, and you can reword it into your own words, of course. Like I add hun into mine and stuff like that. But I feel like when you're talking or messaging people like that sounds like a message one of your friends would send you. You know, that doesn't sound like some spammy crap message or whatever, you know what I mean? So that's what I send. And then I started doing something recently really, really different. And it's been working well for me, because now I've got so many more phone numbers. Now, usually I would go through, you know, your normal conversation with people, which I'm gonna walk you through what a conversation would look like. But usually if they're like, yeah, sure, send me more information, I'd send them like, you know, my little ramble message of some of the products, or ask them what their goals were or whatever. What, Ernie?
Why on for?
Oh, I'm doing a meeting. I'll help you in just a minute, okay?
This one is dirty.
Okay, thank you.
But I need you to get on bed.
Okay, baby, I'll get on the bed in just a minute.
4:30 p.m.
All right, go to your room. Bye. He's like, you need to get off the floor. It's dirty. So anyway, So yeah, I would send them that message. We pick out basically products, do everything, and then up until like right before the point of signing up, I'd be like, okay, what's your number? And I'll walk you through. But now I've been doing something different that I've been going, and as soon as they reply back, they'll say, yeah, sure, send me the info. Then I'll send them, I have it all on text replacement. And second of all, like if you aren't using text replacement and you're messaging people, you are like wasting so much time. Text replacement, like one of my messages, it'll be like, so like this next message, like the abbreviation is TXT, that's it. And then it pops up a whole entire message. And that's literally like my entire conversations are text replacement, because the way I word conversations, I have control of them the entire time. So I know how all the conversations are going to go. So if they send me, yeah, sure, send me the info. I'll say, awesome, what's your number? I'll send you more info. It's easier than DM. This is something that I was like, when I first heard about this, I was like, oh no, I ain't asking them for their number. They don't know me. But I was like, you know what? I'm always with messaging. Like, it's trial and error. I have, when you're starting to build up followers and stuff, you can't ever send like the wrong message to the right person. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll just send it anyways. So I started sending that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so much. Like, people are just sending me their number. This is so crazy. So like this girl just replied back. I sent her a message at 7:50 right before we got on here, and she already sent me her phone number. So I would go, I've got her number in my phone now, and then I put TXT1, which is my new my abbreviation for this message. I just say, hey sis, it's Delaney from Instagram. Now, if you're not a person that says, hey sis, like don't put that, like, you know what I mean? But put it in your own words and how you would talk to people. And then I say, a few of my favorites are weight loss. I can create you, and then I put in like parentheses, I can create you a custom plan, hair growth vitamins, drinkable skincare, cleanse, and we have a ton more. Which one sounds the best to you? And I can give you some more information. That way I don't put like the actual names of the products, just because I feel like if I put like instead of putting collagen, put drinkable skincare, like they're like, if I say collagen, they're like, what's that? But if I say drinkable skincare, they're like, ooh, that sounds cool, so that piques their interest a little more. I'll send that to them. And then most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, people are like weight loss. And so when they say weight loss, then there's a series of questions I ask them. So I will say, okay, what are your weight loss goals? Normally they'll send me a weight. They'll be like, okay, I want to lose 30 pounds. I'm like, awesome, we can definitely accomplish that. What are your eating habits like? Do you work out any? Are there any areas you want to target? And what's your budget? This is like game changer question. If you're not asking people what their budgets are, you are missing out. Because I always, like when I very first started, I would just assume everybody, like I would pair them with the Fat Fighters or whatever because it was cheap, and I thought, oh, everybody has a little budget. But when I started asking for their budget, I get people who would tell me, oh, my budget's like $200 a month. And I'm like, oh, cool. Now I know, like, let's find some packets for you that, are going to help you reach your goals faster. And that's another thing. I also ask them how quickly they want to reach their goals. So that way, if they tell me, oh, Delaney, I really want to lose 50 pounds and I need to lose it in 3 months. Well, obviously I'm not going to well, that's kind of a big weight loss goal, but anyway, I'm obviously not gonna be like, oh, take the Fat Fighters, but if they tell me that, their budget's only $50 and they're wanting to lose this, a lot of weight in a short period of time, I'm really going to be like, okay, well, here's this this is the package that I'd recommend for you, and I'd recommend them, one of the fit packs or something like that. This is what I'd really recommend to fit your weight loss goals. But to fit your budget, this is a package I would make for you. And then I'd put Fat Fighters and Thermophyte or something. And so, but when they see, so say, the package that would really fit their goals is $99. Even though that's out of their budget, so many times they'll say, oh, well, that's, I think I'm gonna go with that package because it's really gonna fit my needs a bit better. And I'm getting so much more product for my money, if that makes sense. Cause the Fit 15, if I was to say, pair somebody with a Fit 15, that's a ton of product in there. You know, you're getting a whole bag of shake, a whole bag of keto coffee. I think it's a whole pack or a whole 30 pack of the greens on the go, 2-day cleanse, 2 wraps, and 2 like singles of defining gel. Okay, well, that's a lot more product than anything I could pair her with for $50. And she's only spending an extra $49. So she's getting all this more product for, you know, so much, you know, more bang for her buck. So a lot of times people will be like, oh, well, let me just go ahead and get that package. And then I also tell them, I'll be like, okay, so then, you know, I tell them about the loyal customer program. I'll tell them the prices. I always tell them the retail price first. So say we're talking about the new Thermifite X. I'll tell them, also, you know, I tell them, so say I'm talking with this girl or whatever. She tells me, look, I want to lose 30 pounds in 3 months. I'd really like to stay under like $40, $50 a month. They're like, oh, awesome. We just launched this new product. It's called Thermifite X. I'm going to tell them a little bit about the product. You know, it's proven to help people lose on average 31 pounds in 3 months. You just take 2 pills a day. I usually try to keep it really simple because people don't want to read a lot, unless they're like a green personality, and then like they'll be like, can you send me more information on it? And I'm like, let me just send you the product sheet. But so besides that, most people are like satisfied with, oh, it's a pill I take twice a day and I can lose 31 pounds in 3 months. Okay, cool. That's me. I'm like, whatever. Then and in that message, you know, so I'll say, awesome. So it's normally $65. But I can give you my discount, making it $36. Have you heard of our loyal customer program before? 90% of the time they'll be like, no, what's that? So then I send them, sorry, I have to use my text replacement. To become a loyal customer, it's normally $50. This is my opening set. Like anytime I talk about the loyal customer program, I always talk about this, because, you know, you really are, I feel like some people are so afraid to like talk about the loyal customer program, but really you're getting such a good deal with it. I mean, you know, you're not having to pay the retail price. And when you do the 3-month auto shipment, you don't have to pay the $50 membership fee. So I always start with, to become a loyal customer, it's normally $50, but I'm going to waive that fee for you. So off the bat, they're already like, all right, Delaney is my best friend because she's hooking me up, you know? So, and then I say, you get my pricing, which is 40% off my entire site for life, plus free products. Because I realized a lot of times people will be like, they'll think, oh, I can only get this product for 40% off, when no, they can get any of the products for 40% off. So I always make sure I say that. And then I say, so you would place your order today with your discount, and you would order at least 1 discounted product in February, 1 discounted product in March. You can also change your products each month and earn free products. I put that in twice just because I don't know, people like free stuff. After your 3rd order, you can cancel your monthly orders and just order at it on an as-needed basis. Would that work for you? Since I started describing the loyal customer program like this, I don't think I ever have had somebody say, oh, no, that's not for me. Since I started describing it like this, because they realize, oh, my gosh, this program is so flexible and you're getting such a good deal with it. So, and I can post this in the group too, this message. I think Morgan actually has it. I don't know if you can put it in the chat or not. Okay, so, and that's that. And then they'll go and say, of course, like I said, 99.9% of the time they tell me, yeah, that sounds amazing. And then I'll be, great. Here's my website. And then I send them my website. And then I say, let me know when you get there, because I want to know, like, I don't want to be sitting here waiting for them to order or to walk them through or whatever if they're not going to order right this second. You know, they could be at Walmart or something, you know, not, you know, ready to pull out their card and order. So, you know, I'll send them a website and be like, here's my website, barrackshop.com. Let me know when you get there. So, and normally they'll reply, okay, I'm there, or I'll be there in 30 minutes or whatever. So when they say, okay, I'm there, I'll send them, okay, great, click shop, and then click, you know, and then I walk them through the whole process of ordering that. I also, if you use Linktree, which I started using, I think I shared that in the team page. But so this is really cool. If you have an Instagram, you can connect your Instagram account to this. Let me see if I can show this to y'all real quick. I just think it, like, take some of the steps out for our customers when they're signing up. Because you can, well, my phone's taking forever to load. Okay, here we go. So I think it looks super like cute and clean. I don't know if y'all can see that. You probably can't read the buttons, but you see it looks cute. So like my top button says 31 pounds in 3 months, or 31 pound 3 month challenge. And when you click on that, it takes you straight to the Thermophyte X on my website. So I'll tell them, I'll send them that site, and I'll be like, okay, great, click 31 pounds, 3 month challenge. They'll click that. And then I'll say, all right, great, add to cart, click checkout, choose first loyal customer option. Let me know if you need any help when you're done so I can make sure everything goes through. And that's it. So now I don't have all the products like on there like that, but like the popular ones, like the Thermophyte X, the coffee, and the cleanse I have on there. It's not an app. It's called, if you just like Google Linktree, Linktree, and go on there, and you can connect like your Instagram account to it. And then you can add like as many links as you want. So like, of course, I've got like, I have the app on there, and it's like, there's like a little button that says like, I want free workouts and recipes or something like that. And then I have join my team, shop all products, keto coffee, or skinny coffee, I think is what I have on there, cleanse, and 31 pound and 3 month challenge. And so I don't know, I just feel like that makes it a lot easier. I know a lot of the leaders have that. So yeah. And that's pretty much, I mean, the basics of messaging. I will say though, messaging is not for like the weak-hearted, I guess you could say. Only because, I mean, I've personally never had anybody be rude to me. I don't know if I'm just really nice in my messages, or I don't know. I've never had anybody be like straight up rude, but I'm sure like if you sent a spammy message, like somebody probably would be like, I don't know if they'd be mean necessarily, but I don't know. So, but I will say though, I mean, like earlier, I've sent out probably like 70 messages today. Now that's another thing. If you don't have like the mental capacity to send out 70 messages, like don't even bother with messaging, because it's something that like you have to you have to send out a lot of messages to get a response. Because say my normal rate, so say I send out 100 messages, I might have 20 people respond to those if I'm lucky. Out of those 20, 5 to 10 might actually be interested. And then out of those 5 to 10, I might have like 1 or 2 that signs up right then and there. But then I've got like 5 to 10 really good potentials that I have their phone number now. I can put them in my Connect app. So now like I can I can follow up with them, and they might eventually sign up. But like out of those 100 people that I messaged that day, I might have 1 to 2 that actually order right then and there. But still, that's 1 to 2 loyal customers that I would not have had I not messaged that 100 people. That's still 5 to 10 really good potentials I wouldn't have had I not messaged those 100 people. There's still 20 kind of good potentials that I wouldn't have had I not messaged that 100 people. And even though there was like 80 people who didn't respond at all, they still read my message. They still see me. When they read my message, they clicked on my profile. They were like, okay, what is this girl selling? What is she doing? They're seeing my post now. Now they're interested. Now that they went and looked at my profile, well, my stuff is popping up in their newsfeed now. My stories are popping up because now Instagram thinks they want to be friends with me because they went and looked at my stuff. So now, they may not have been interested or messaged me back or whatever within, when I've originally messaged them. But like, that was like, I had somebody, I think it was Jade Hooper put it this way, is like, messaging is like, you get a new neighbor, okay? And you go and knock on their door, and like bring them a plate of brownies and tell them, hi, welcome to the neighborhood or whatever. Well, now those neighbors are they're gonna be watching you, like you'll be like, all right, what are they doing? What are they leaving today? What are they doing outside? So just because somebody doesn't like respond to you or order or tell you yes or whatever right then and there doesn't mean it's going to be a permanent no, or they're just never going to be interested, or you just wasted your time or anything like that. One of the girls, I'm sure you've seen Shaylee on the team page. She is just a ball of sunshine. I love her so much. She joined, I think, in November. So she's still fairly new. She's already doing really, really good. I actually messaged her 2 years ago when I very first started. The most spammiest message in the whole entire world. Like, I'm like, who told me to send this message? Because it's horrible. I sent her the most spammiest message. She told me no, like flat out no. I told her thanks. Then a week later, because I was new and like I guess didn't know what I was doing, I sent her that same message again. Yeah, horrible. She read it, didn't respond. 2 years later, out of the blue, she was in a position, you know, where she needed an extra income, and guess who she messaged? Me. You know, so even though she told me no, even though I look like an idiot, she still, you know, I still made an impression on her, and she still was watching me. So when she got to that point in her life to where she needed an extra income, who did she think of? That crazy girl who sent her this spammy message twice. So, you know, like, it's networking, you know, it's reaching out to people. There's so many people. I don't know if y'all follow like influencers or stuff on Instagram. Like, there's companies and stuff, as soon as you hit the follow button, like within 5 minutes, they'll send you a message, be like, oh my God, hey, thank you for following my page. If you ever need some skincare products or whatever, here's my link. Let me know if you need help. Like, as soon as you follow them, they send them that. So it's really not crazy for me to ask somebody if they would like to hear more about some of my products. So yeah, messaging, you need to be doing it. If you're not doing it, you're missing out. Everybody who mass enrolls, they're messaging people, you know. So when you see people who are messaging 50, or not messaging, who are signing 50, 60, 100 loyal customers a month, it's because they're messaging people. And they're not just messaging people like 30 people a day, they're messaging like 100, 200 plus people a day. But to be able to message that amount of people a day, you need to also be adding people constantly. If you're messaging 100 people a day, you need 100 new followers a day, you know? And also, like, I've had people ask me before, who do I know to message? For me, like, I'll just go like on my Instagram, and I go to the followers list, because if you go on the list of like people you're following, you'll get blocked really fast on Instagram. So to not get blocked, or to not get blocked like as soon, I don't know, I've never really gotten blocked from messaging, and I send out like 100 plus messages a day. So I'll go to like my or people who are following me. I'll just like scroll down as far as I can, because those are people who've been following me the longest. And then I'll just go and click on a person, and I look on their profile real quick. I'll just look, you know, you see like when you click on somebody's profile, you see like the first 6 photos. I'm like, oh, well, if you're a distributor or somewhere, you're not a very good one because you haven't posted anything lately. I'm just kidding. But so like if I don't see any, I mean, you can tell when people like sell. I mean, I don't know, maybe I just can catch it or something, you know, like their profiles look nicer. Most companies don't know how to do attraction marketing yet. That's still a fairly new thing. So you're usually going to see some kind of ad or spammy picture or shake or something. If you don't see that initially, then I'll hit message, and then I'll just send them that message, and I have text replacement for all of it. So yeah, that's just a super easy way. I say super easy. Like I said, some people are just like meant to message. Like, I'm one of those people, I could sit here and message all day and it's just not gonna bother me at all. Some people, like, I don't know, something about it, they just don't like sitting there and messaging. I don't know why. Yeah, some people just, you know, they're not, messaging's not for them. That's okay. That's cool. But if you have like the mental capacity for it, it is a fantastic way to not only sign customers, but reach out to so many more people and get so many more potentials. You know, like when the Thermify X came out, I was able to message 200 potentials phone number, like text them on their phones using the Connect app, because I had that many phone numbers saved up for my potentials just from the past like 2 or 3 months. So yeah, All right, well, I just wanted to share that with y'all because messaging is, like I said, my jam. If y'all ever have any more questions or anything on messaging, like, it's super simple. I feel like for so long we like tried to overcomplicate it, that you had to have all these fancy scripts, and things had to be all nice and whatever. They don't. You just like be yourself, send them like the plainest, shortest, most vague message in the whole entire world. You're going to get way more responses from it because, you know, it sounds like you. It doesn't sound like you just copy and pasted something your leader told you to send to people, you know? So, yeah. All right. Well, I hope y'all have a fantastic evening. Thank y'all so much for getting on with me. And I hope you can grow your businesses some from messaging. All right. Bye, y'all.